So, hello, ladies and gentlemen. I am back with another video, but this one is unfortunately very, very sad. A 10-year-old girl dies after a classroom fight. I was like, wow, what happened in that classroom? Who was watching? Where were the adults? Where was security? And what did the other kid or kids involved or parties involved do to result in this girl's death? So let's get into this story. This is really sad because I've never ever really heard of anything like this. This seems very unusual, and it seems like it could possibly end up becoming something a lot more than just, let's just, try to look at the fact that these were children, but there had to be more involved here in this girl's death. So, Renaya Wright, 10 years old, died days after being injured in a classroom fight. A fifth grade student in South Carolina died on Wednesday morning after suffering injuries from a classroom fight 2 days earlier. So, after 2 days, she died from injuries. That is really sad, and it just makes you think as a parent, like what was going on in that classroom? What did they use? Were there weapons involved? Were there more than one party involved? What happened to this poor girl that she is now dead behind a classroom fight? Renaya Wright, 10 years old, was identified by her family after reports of her hospitalization began to circulate on Monday evening. So on Wednesday morning, the girl's mother, Ashley Wright, took to Facebook to announce that her baby girl has gained her wings. So sad. As of 9:39, my baby girl has gained her wings. And so here she is pictured here. It's really sad. How does one get into something like this as a 10-year-old and then suffer so many injuries that they end up passing away? According to what this school is called, it's called Colleton County School District, CCSD. A fight occurred in Renaya's classroom at the Forest Hills Elementary School at Walterboro, South Carolina, early this week, prompting emergency medical services to be called. The Colleton County Sheriff's Office expanded in a statement to Yahoo Lifestyle to say that Wright was unconscious but breathing at the time that emergency personnel was dispatched. She was airlifted to the Medical University of South Carolina for further treatment. The 10-year-old remained unresponsive since the incident, while Ashley took to her Facebook page to give updates, to ask for prayers. Unfortunately, the family and the school community are now grieving the loss of this child, Renaya Wright. Our community has suffered a tremendous loss, a statement from the Office of the CCSD Superintendent reads. We extend our heartfelt condolences to the families. Our thoughts and prayers will continue to be with this family in the difficult days that are ahead. The district remembered Renaya as a wonderful student. She loved to write, spend time with her friends, play basketball, and loved being a big sister, the district statement said. So she was actively involved in her church as a junior, a junior usher, and she will be missed greatly by her family, friends, and the entire school community. The Fulton County Sheriff Office additionally offered prayers to the family in a statement about Renaya's death. As for the details surrounding the incident, officials have declined to release further information because of an ongoing investigation. However, Renaya's mother labeled it as a case of bullying. This is so sad. The poor girl is not even here anymore, and it's based on bullying. So the cause of death is pending. An autopsy is scheduled for Friday, and the student involved in the fight has been suspended. Now, people nationwide are contributing to a GoFundMe page that she's put up in her name, which was set up by a friend of Ashley's just after Renaya suffered her injuries on Monday, and are sharing memories of the young girl. So that is pretty much the article. It's a very sad article. My question is like I said earlier, where were the adults in this to stop it before it got out of control? Where were the adults? And how many children were involved? Were there weapons used? What is the punishment going to be for either one or more students? And if this child was bullied, is it a chance that this could happen again to another innocent child that they will pick on and bully? Bullying resulting in someone's death is pretty serious. The other thing is, as a parent, I'm wondering if this mother is going to demand some answers and possibly a lawsuit for child endangerment. She trusted that her child was at school and that her child would be safe, and her child lost her life in bullying. This is not a one time incident. Like she said, her daughter was being bullied. So I'm sure if she was being bullied, she had made provisions to try to let someone know that her daughter was being bullied. There must have been something that happened prior where the girl had went home and told her parents what were going on, how she was feeling, how she was being treated. The mother probably responded some kind of way, maybe went up to the school to ask if they could help and aid in the situation, and was the result. What do you think about a situation like this? It's sad that kids are dying so young because of this incident here, this bullying. And this girl didn't deserve to lose her life at all. If if anyone out there has experienced something like this and know what this feels like, but to the magnitude that it results in a death, wow, this takes bullying to a whole nother level. Something that really isn't a good future for many kids who are put in this predicament. I mean, what can you do if your kids are not safe, even in the classroom? I mean, we already had a lot of school shootings. We know that's a threat. But what about kids who are just going to school and they're bullied? And we've had some other incidences where we saw kids who've either taken their life from suicide, but this girl, she didn't take her life. Bullying took her life, and somebody was responsible for it. Where were the adults when this fight broke out? Did they just sit back and watch? Did they not have enough adults supervising the situation? Were there signs of the bullying that they could have prevented this horrible act of happening to this child? What are your thoughts and your feedback? It's really sad that we can't even trust these schools anymore, that our kids are even safe in the classroom because of things like this. And I'm sure that the classroom, if it's like LAUSD, if it's like some of the other classrooms nationwide, some classrooms don't have cameras in the classroom. So you don't have any evidence or any proof who did it and what happened. Maybe they're investigating, maybe more will come out. I would say it's a developing story, but it's sad to see that kids are victimized by bullying to the result of death. With that being said, I'm gonna let this go. Thanks for listening.